everybody. I'm just checking my audio real quick. Okay, can I be heard now? Better? Louder? Longer and uncut? I feel like that's still too low though. Hello? Hey Skunk, what's up? Yeah, I think that's better. I think I'm gonna go with that. You are somewhat quiet. Does that fix it? Better, but still quiet. Okay. How is that? Perfect. Cool. Thank you, Skunk. I appreciate you. Okay. Alright. Gotta find all my pieces parts. Where did I put my pen? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so I do not have the energy to animate tonight. I worked a long time today. So I'm just gonna do a painting, but this is gonna be like me trying to paint from scratch and mess around with my new favorite brush that I've discovered in Clip. So, and I decided that I was going to paint melons because why not? Take a crazy chance. And while I like the look of citrus fruits for summer, like oranges, limes, those kind of like fruits, I don't really eat those kind of fruits. I like melons more, like honeydew and cantaloupe. Those are actually my two favorites. my mom really likes watermelon. Watermelons, it's okay. I didn't know they came in yellow until recently, and that kind of blew my mind, but no, I deleted it. But I grabbed my referencey photos for some fun melon bits. And we're gonna paint because nothing says fun and like you're a cool cat than painting. You use Clip Paint Studio? Yeah, I do. Clip Studio Paint. That I do. Actually, I'll delete that. You know what? I'm just gonna draw it from scratch, because why not? Nice, amazing program. Surprised more folks don't use it. Clip Paint kind of has, think. Like, there are a lot of good things about Clip Paint, but there are also some, like, drawbacks to it, too. Like, at least for me being on a laptop, certain brushes I can't have over, like, a large size, because then it lags while painting. Or, like, if I have a particular piece that has a lot of, layers on it, it'll lag a little bit when trying to transition them all at once. But, I mean, it's a really good program. I like it. I like it to animate stuff on. I like it to words will come to me. I like to draw with it. Well, I mean, obviously. A lot of people tend to use, or at least as far as I've seen a lot of people use, Procreate, like, professionally now. And then, of course, the Adobe Suite is one of those, if you, and this is coming from somebody that doesn't, like, work in the industry, but from what I've heard from other people who have gotten in the industry and who want to work for, like, bigger studios and stuff like that, they all recommend that you have to learn Photoshop and Adobe Animate and After Effects, because that's, you know, what all those big studios use. They use the Adobe suite. Now that might be changing. God damn it, come on. Because I know Adobe's gotten in a bit of like hot water. Like they got bullied off of Blue Sky, which I thought was interesting. That looks absolutely nothing like that glass. Really interesting. Oh yeah, because like Adobe's got really shady Adobe's got really shady subscription practices, and they have for like a long time, so this isn't like really anything new if you haven't like, well, I guess it is new if you haven't used Adobe products, but if you have used Adobe products, like it's just one of their things for cancellation is that they charge you like a $100 cancellation fee regardless of like when you cancel your plan. And they don't make that like, or at least they didn't. It could have changed since they got like outed for using AI, but like they hold up, I'm trying to concentrate and I'm not doing it that well. Wow, yeah, but like they didn't make this like $100 cancellation fee like known really well. And so a lot of people who would like cancel would find that they suddenly had this like especially programs that they would like subscribe to and didn't use that often, they would get blasted with this fee out of like nowhere. And that's even if they canceled like way before their like next like charge was supposed to be due. So like let's say you pay for like, I don't know, a year, and then you use the program on and off for like 6 of the 12 months that you have it. Well, if you go to cancel it, Adobe charges like that $100 cancellation fee, regardless if you canceled it like 6 months later, or if you attempt to cancel within like the same day of purchasing the subscription fee. It's really wild. And so anyways, so they had been doing that like on and off they had been doing that for like years. Like, people complained about it, fine, but overall it's not really gonna like affect their stuff one way or the other, you know, because it's Adobe and everybody paints with Adobe, and you can't do anything without a PDF, right? Because everyone also uses PDFs, because Adobe has made sure that you need to like, has made that like an industry standard. Show up somewhere without a PDF and see how it goes. Or try to convert something into a PDF. You could probably show up somewhere without really knowing how to use a PDF. My point is that Adobe is really the lizard people that run the shadow government. That's gonna be my claim to fame. That's what I'm going with. Anyway, so in any case, yeah, I'm good. I got all the jokes. But in any case, so then Big Dickus has started following Biggest Dickus. Hello, Biggest Dickus. I hope you're having a good night. I hope you like all my conspiracy theories, because they're kind of doozies. But in any case, so yeah, so Adobe gets in hot water for, you know, being shady with subscriptions. And it's like, okay, sure, whatever. PDF 24 is free and good alternative to Adobe. You can create PDFs with it too. Oh, that's cool. Yo, ayo, what's up? But anyways, but then AI starts to like come out, right? And AI starts getting into like some hot water because you talking about conspiracy theories? Yeah, I'm convinced that the people that make Adobe are the lizard people that secretly run the shadow government, and I will not be convinced otherwise. But in any case, so moving on, AI starts to like get kind of popular. Or at least this is when AI is started, not popular, but this is when like AI art starts like emerging and trending and doing all the things that, you know, AI art does. Which is, you know, basically destabilize the entire art community. And, you know, they're training AI based off of, which we'll get to discussing AI art in a minute, because it's actually kind of funny. But it's also darkly, like, funny. But that aside, So AI gets outed for basically using its algorithm uses other artists who cannot opt out of this, by the way, to train the AI algorithm, program model, whatever, to create paintings and create art in certain styles that are very popular and very trending that may take a normal creative person, you know, like hours to do. And, you know, it was one thing that these were just AI companies that were doing this, right? But then, you mean how it rips off artists without compensation or even credit? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I've seen this like trend where some people are like, well, artists can opt out of using AI, and it's like, or having AI scrape their work, and it's like, that's not how stolen artwork works. Like, that's just not something you can opt out of. But in any case, so then I think it was like the new year rolled around. Not last, I think it was this, I can't remember if it was the new year before this one that recently passed, or the one that recently passed 2024 into 2025. But there was a whole thing that Adobe and Wacom used AI art in their promotional material for the Year of the Dragon, which I believe was last year. It was either last year or this year. It was one of them. I'm very bad at time. Time is a construct, but one that I am terrible at. So anyways, anyway, for the Year of the Dragon, people found out that Adobe had used AI art for their promotional material. Wow, Wacom, say it ain't so. Look, as somebody whose first tablet was a Wacom tablet, like, that kind of hurt. That kind of hurt, like, a lot to find that out. Like, Wacom, how could you? How could you betray? And, I don't even know how I'm supposed to draw this freaking glass. I think it goes something like that almost. Where it's the glass with, like, the little ridge things. So anyways, Year of the Dragon, Wacom and Adobe get outed for using AI. Okay, and that does not look good. And then come to find out, in their terms and conditions, which were already shady to begin with, by the way, because that cancellation policy, turns out they were updated to basically allow any document that you created in the program to be allowed to use your artwork to train their AI models. And that they were partnering with AI to basically, like, make this, like, whole thing. Well, actually, no, that's not... Okay, so that wasn't entirely true. So what... Well, at least on on Adobe's part, Adobe was like, Adobe updated their terms and conditions where it was like, you basically agreed that if you use the program, that the program could then use your like work as an example for its AI like testing and AI learning. Yeah, AI learning. That's the word that I'm saying. Well, Wacom, on the other hand, came out and was basically like, oh no, that was like a freelancer we hired, and the freelancer used like AI art that wasn't checked before the promotional material went out. And that's how AI ended up on our stuff. And oh, Magic the Gathering also got into hot water for AI promotion in their material. That had to have been last year. Training, stealing, yeah. So anyway, so it's not a good look. And people rightfully are way more angry. But it's not just Adobe that has this policy either, by the way. Wizards too? Dang. Wizards of the Coast kind of have their own problem going on with Magic the Gathering. And like all of their other stuff, like especially when it comes to D&D 5th edition. But the moral of the story essentially is that AI is infesting everything. But that aside, Facebook, like anything owned by Meta, which I think is Facebook and Instagram, also had that same policy. If you're on the platform, you agree and consent to them scraping your like art and data to train their AI algorithms. And Twitter doesn't have that, or X, I don't think has that same policy, but X, I believe, has a thing where like AI can scrape like your tweets. Anyway, it's some demented crap like that. And so now if you're an artist, the advice is to stay off of Instagram, stay off of Facebook, you know, you want to stay mainly to Blue Sky and YouTube. This is a fucked up looking glass. But you know what? I've gotten this far. I'm going with it. But yeah, no, that's the story of Adobe. Oh, but anyways, but how Adobe got bullied off of Blue Sky. So Adobe is already in hot water for shady words are hard, I think. Adobe was already in hot water for shady subscription stuff, it got even a more hot water for the AI usage, and then finding out that your artwork was being scraped to train AI algorithm, or like writers weren't even safe either, because people that write like documents and stuff like that and that need to use Adobe for like contract work and PDFs and stuff like that, their stuff was going to be scraped by AI too. And that just basically threw every creative into a rage. And so when Adobe made their Blue Sky account, because all of the artists collectively like mass migrated over to Blue Sky, and Adobe wanted to hit up that market, because you know, you go where the artists go. Everybody, like, all of their posts got commented to hell and back about, you know, how could they be on Blue Sky when they support all of this other stuff? Like, what are you thinking? And then comments started showing up about other, like, alternatives to using Adobe products. And eventually they got rid of all of their like social media presence on Blue Sky. As they should, because but yeah. Now, if you want like more solid details, I recommend looking it up for like yourself, because I'm paraphrasing it like really badly, but yeah. Meta went on Anna's archive and downloaded 80 terabytes of literature, all of which was copyrighted, so they could train their AI without paying a single writer. They ended up paying a small fine. No artist received any compensation. Meta is evil. Well, like, Meta is, because it's essentially a rebrand of the original, like, Facebook, and Facebook has always been known, or maybe not so much nowadays with AI kind of taking center stage, but Facebook had gotten in trouble for leaking, for not only leaking, but selling user data to like third-party companies. It's actually kind of funny. So when there was this big thing about TikTok being banned, which Granted, I have a complete and utter obsession with TikTok, so yes, I was, you know, kind of crying thinking my favorite app was gonna get banned. Anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make. When TikTok went through the whole scare of being banned, and the reason they were giving was like, oh, well, you know, TikTok sells your data to China. TikTok sells your data to China, and it's national security and bloody bloody blah. Okay. Facebook's kind of been doing that for like years. So, like, it's okay for Facebook to do it? But but all of a sudden it's TikTok, and you know, TikTok is not like a majority of its share. I think a majority of like TikTok is actually indeed owned by the US. But there are parts of it that are not, like the algorithm. The TikTok algorithm is not owned by the US, and I think there are a couple other parts of TikTok that are not owned by the US. And so they're like, oh, well, you know, it's Chinese, and they sell our data to the Chinese, and blah 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 blah. And Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Walmart, Amazon, they all do it. Yeah. Like, they do, and it's okay because they're corpos and they make lots of money from that. But the minute somebody else, non-domestic, wants to get in on that, like, pie, all of a sudden it's a problem. It's a puff up match of, well, you know, security and this, that, and the other. I guess. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm just a fish on the internet. But, where was I going with this? But yeah, so anyway, so that was just like a me personally thing. That was just something that I thought was a bit funny. Because in a very weird and tragic way, it is kind of funny. Discord is owned and monitored by the company Tencent, the capitalist arm of the Chinese Communist Party. 100% serious. That I believe. I think it's also, like, it came out recently that Discord shares all of your conversations with the government too. Like the US government. So privacy is not sacred. And if you didn't know that, well, now you know. Oh, whoops. That's where I meant to post that. This is why I wear a tinfoil hat. I like conspiracy theories because I like how wild and outlandish some of them can be. But I also like how out of pocket a few of them are, and when you tell them to somebody else, the look of absolute horror that they think that you believe in the conspiracy theory is kind of funny. I will say though, aliens building the pyramids is one that I've always liked in particular, just because, or like, so this was before I educated myself, by the way. And by educated, I mean I actually like kind of like, how do I describe this? I realized the reason kind of for why Ancient Aliens and Ancient Apocalypse kind of portrays this sense of like a unified like a thing that is not actually true. But like, so Ancient Aliens, History Channel loves Ancient Aliens. Like my mama and I used to binge watch Ancient Aliens like all the time. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I wanted to talk about, because I have points that I wish to talk about, is Ancient Aliens always was kind of this like penchant that aliens came down, they built a bunch of like megalithic structures in Egypt, Peru, Mexico, and then they left and they were planning to come back someday and they never did. Well, the thing with Ancient Aliens is that Ancient Aliens, like, when you actually look into some of the stuff behind it, one, it's all like pseudoscience. But number two, it also has roots in very in more like how do I explain it? More in like light complected supremacy, I guess. And Ancient Apocalypse kind of does the same thing, where Ancient Apocalypse is this documentary on Netflix. And don't get me wrong, I love me some like apocalyptic stories, but Ancient Apocalypse is essentially the kind of like same-ish thing where I feel like my balls need to be bigger. My, like, melon balls. So we'll make them bigger. But Ancient Apocalypse has this thing where, like, there used to be, like, this one giant, like, super city of all the people. And then we have the world myth of the flood, like almost everywhere, because almost everywhere was flooded because a giant asteroid came, hit the earth, melted like one of the ice caps, and basically caused a massive flood all over the place. But it doesn't take into account the fact that, one, like, even with how erosion works, we've never like uncovered the super like mega city structure, and even that has roots in the idea that like people that are from these far off POC cultures don't like how do I put this without sounding rude? Well, I can't say this without sounding kind of rude, so here it is. That these people in parts of the world where there are people with a lot of melanin in their skin, I think it's melanin, yeah, don't have the necessary like math skills to build megalithic structures like that, and that's just not true. Because if I remember correctly, math originated in India, I think. I'm like 90% sure that's right. It was either India or like in the Middle East. That's where like math originates from. So Arabic, yes. Sorry, I'm not running on like all cylinders, so my brain is kind of meh. But anyways, I follow this dude that basically debunks a lot of like archaeology, like pseudoscience and myths. And he's great and I love him. He makes me feel smarter. But dumber also for like being really into like ancient aliens and ancient apocalypse and stuff and that kind of stuff. Is that a lot of melons in one drink? You know what, that's just what we're going with. We still use Arabic symbols for numbers. Yeah, that I did know. Sorry, I'm trying to draw ice. But, yeah. Life is crazy, essentially, right now. Oh, but the one thing I wanted to talk about with AI is, I guess there was an AI, like, bot that was enrolled in an Austrian school for painting. And somebody made the joke that they learned their lesson from, last time. I just realized I did all these on a not good layer. Or actually, no, I can still make this work for me. Hold up. Oh, that works wonders. Oh my god. That is so freaking cool. What does hard light make it look like? Okay, I'm like in love. That looks so cool. Actually, no, I don't think that's gonna be late enough. Don't let your dreams be memes. Trying to add in that kind of like ice look. Oh my god, that looks like legit ice in the drink. I'm so proud of myself. That worked well. Yes. Yes, it did. Ah. I'm trying to get out of the habit of using pre-made brushes for things. Not that pre-made brushes can't, you know, help make my life easier when I'm trying to draw, but it's kind of one of those things that it's important to learn how to do on your own as well. That third layer might be too much ice, so we'll stick with the first two. So I got the Jelly Bear silky crayons that have been kind of viral right now, and I am obsessed. Like, really, really obsessed. Cause, like, they feel like oil paints when they're dry, but when they're wet, they're like a watercolor kind of texture. And it's just, oh my god. It's really cool. I was about to say, trying to get this to put shading where I needed it was about to be an effort, and I'm going to cry. Rendering is always an effort in, how fun is this actually going to be? God, I am absolutely adoring how this is turning out so far. Like, look at that! I would have never been able to do this, like, 3 or 4 months ago. At least I don't think. I might have been able to do this. The melon balls have great depth. They do. Ooh, they look really good in hard light. The soft light's a bit too soft, but I also really love how vivid light seems to make them stand out against this, like, green kind of background that I have going on. Like, this is gonna get shaded. You know, this whole area is gonna get shaded, but for now, I really like that, that depth of, like, color. That looks like a legit drink. I'm sitting here, I'm like, holy shit. That looks like a legit drink, and I haven't even put in the bubbles yet. The fizzy drink bubbles. Because all my drinks are fizzy drinks. No, those are too big. I have a hard-hitting question for you. Okay. What is it, Lord Sashomaru? What is the meaning of life to you? 42. Actually, the meaning of life to me is 43. No, that is a hard-hitting question. The meaning of life to me. Actually, what would happen if I brighten this up just a... Hold on, I have to really think about my answer. The meaning of life to me. I think... to me, the meaning of life is dependent upon where you are. It's not something that stays as one purpose like most people think, right? So, like, when you think about the meaning of life, it's often about either the what, which is what is it that makes life worth living, or it's more personal, like a purpose. Like, you are put here to, I don't know, be famous. That's your life goal. When you are famous, you will have completed your purpose in life. Some friends say the game they are currently playing. Well, in a way, that is a purpose, because whatever game... So, game... We'll just say Game Plus. This can be someone's purpose to make sure you know, like, unlock everything, get all the gold stars, you know, romance all the, like, people. That can actually, like, I know it may sound dumb, that actually gives somebody a reason to, like, wake up in the morning and go do the job that they hate and, you know, come back and do it all over again because they have time to, you know, play a game like this. Time is fleeting, life is meaningless, but ancient aliens are forever. Deep, Skunk City. I mean, not entirely wrong. If I would say now, my purpose for living now, or what life means to me, my life meaning is books. More specifically, my very ultra slutty sci-fi romance books. Put a little techno like pattern. Okay, so what I mean to you? Romance. That's the meaning of life for me, is romance. It's the dance of two people. Or a person and a monster person. Look, there was a portion of my life where actually there's never not. For me is love. That's a really good purpose. Or a really good meaning to life. See, for me, life has always kind of been this really, like, chaotic, like, kind of jumble. Actually, let me make that line a bit thinner. And by a bit thinner, I mean a lot. So my life has always been this kind of, like, squiggle of chaos. With, like, little random moments of, like, calm. Those blue dots in the middle are kind of calm, but they kind of look like a sad face now. And so, for me, I find meaning and purpose in books. In books, some games, but mostly in books, because I have comfort reads. Like, my biggest comfort read right now is my Alien Spider Husband. I have read that book over probably like a few hundred times. I have certain parts of it memorized. I have, you know, certain scenes and chapters that I go back and I reread because it's a comfort thing. And it's not just this book either. It's like I have other, like when I fell deep into sci-fi monster romance, like I have over 1,000 books in my library. Okay. And I want to get more books. So I do art and I get more books. But also, I find that I like to do this. I like to paint. I like to weave, ironically enough. Like, I'm actually about to learn how to make nets and weave nets because I think it's interesting. I've been in a really, like, spider habit kick lately. Which, I found out something mildly terrifying, but also really interesting. And it's a fun fact about spiders, and it may help if you have arachnophobia. Okay, so here's the thing. So, spiders, right? Everyone's, like, kind of scared of them, except for the people who love them and own them as pets. And even those people might still be scared of them. But spiders apparently The only reason you run into them is because you step out of your routine. So like what spiders do is spiders will like, I am gonna get back to this drawing, but I love doing the little like side doodles. So like spiders, right? The spiders have eyes. Sorry. Spiders will like watch you go about like your daily life, right? So we'll say, I don't know. Boom. Boom. Yeah, so spiders watch you go about your daily life. And then they kind of like memorize like on what days you do certain things. And so what happens is they make this data bank of like a schedule that you have. And if you say deviate from that schedule, you'll see them. But if you don't deviate from that schedule, you'll like never know that they're there. And I think that is very interesting because spiders are a new like scientific study has come out to show that spiders are some of the smartest creatures on the planet. And some people take an odd sort of comfort in the fact that spiders are these creatures that not only watch you and pay attention to you, but they do it so you have as little interaction with them as humanly possible. And the times when you do interact with them, it's because you've kind of collided in a time where it's not normal for you, and they're also as freaked out as you are at seeing them. So yeah, I found that out and I thought it was cool. But I hope I was able to answer your question, Sashomaru. I know I gave a kind of long-winded answer. It's okay, everyone has a different meaning of life. For everyone who is farming, who plants, or humans. Fair. Sorry, I'm trying to carve out how I think the pattern in the glass would look. Isn't plants farming us? They give us oxygen, so one day eat us. Oh, who is farming who? Plants or humans? I mean, it's kind of a combination of both, honestly. Because, you know, plants, contrary to popular belief, plants will also devour, like, meat. And I'm not talking like only Venus flytrap plants either. I didn't do it. We can't without them, so in turn, we are forever slaves to plants. I mean, that's one way to look at it. I mean, think of all that we devote to, like, farming plants, nurturing plants, like, that kind of thing. I am thirsty. Go get yourself some soda or wagwa. Or whatever it is the youngins drink these days. My fish is thirsty too. LOL. We'll give your fish a glass of melon soda. They love melon soda. I love when I do cool stuff. So cool, it's frosty. Yeah. Oh, condensation droplets? I need to put those in, but I'm kind of worried that if I do, it's gonna get lost a little bit more. Oh, a jar? Ah! Thank you for the bits! And chucking bikinis at me. I just said that I looked up and saw the bikinis. That's one of my favorite bit redemptions. It's my only bit redemption, but oh my god, it fucking kills me every time. And I caught a rainbow sequid, or you got a rainbow sequid, super lemon. And it's not a jar, it's melon soda. Although it's kind of hard to tell. I promise I'm drawing the melons next. Gotta put my dono in the glass. I appreciate you. And I also appreciate everybody who's watching and lurking. I was debating if I was gonna stream tonight or not, but considering I missed Tuesday's art stream, I needed to really do something. It's the glass is gonna have a pair of melons. So the glass actually has melon balls in the drink. But yeah, you could say the glass is about to have a pair of melons. Careful, might make skunk a wooga at that drink. I think it'll be okay. One thing I am learning about this pen is it's not always easy to control the like colors that come out. No, that's cheating. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Every time without fail, whenever I think I'm cheating or feel like I'm cheating, I think of that one episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob gets Patrick to help him pass his boating test. And then it comes out that Mrs. Puff's theory that he's using some guy far away to give him the answers is actually true, and the guilt eats him so much that he's like, I'm cheating, I'm cheating. And Mrs. Puff goes, cheat that way. No, cheat that way. Okay, you know what? That works. I'm good with that. There we go. That looks a lot better. Oh, look at it! And I drew that all by myself. Very cool. Yeah. My painting techniques are getting better. Kind of. Okay. Sorry, I'm also messing around with like filters and stuff. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. I'm gonna have to actually draw the honeydew. And that's okay. It's funny because, BoJack Horseman, they make fun of honeydew as like a really bad fruit throughout the entirety of the show, and they're like, who likes honeydew? Like, legitimately. And I sit there throughout all the episodes that they're like, honeydew is garbage fruit. Who eats this? And I'm like, I do. I like honeydew. Like, where does the hate come from? Honeydew didn't harm nobody. It's just hanging out, minding its own business. Off to bed. Later, folks. Night, skunk. You sleep well. I apologize for not being particularly chatty today. Come on. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to... be right back for a pee break. Whoop. Hold on, I'm coming. Oh shit. Okay, I'm back. I feel like my mom would riot if I did this piece without having a chunk of watermelon in it. I figured I was gonna have to go really dark in order to get that to show. I'm actually not gonna add any more, like, highlighting to this class, because I feel like if I do, I'm gonna lose everything. I'm trying to hunt for something. Give me 1 second. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I'm a really big, like, pattern person. I should really learn how to make patterns, honestly. I see so many, like, amazing ones on the asset library, and a lot of times I use them for clothes. actually kind of forgot I had this hatching brush. I actually really like that. Background and all. It came out very painterly, so I actually can't wait to print this and see what kind of sticker it turns into. And I'm also going to use it as a test print. And see how it turns out. But anyways, I'm gonna end stream here. I'm not gonna read it into anyone because I'm kind of sleepy. And like, I'm trying to like stay awake and not fall asleep. So, I hope everybody has a good whenever. Thank you for joining stream. I believe tomorrow night we will be feasting with friends. I have no idea what we're gonna do tomorrow. Next week, because my schedule is now kind of whacked out, I'm not going to be streaming at all next week. So. But, I'll put up an announcement and everything. But I hope y'all have a good whenever, and I will see everybody in the next stream. When I get back to streaming. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Things are gonna be kind of spotty and touch and go until I can figure out a new, like, routine, so... apologize, but... Anyway, much love. Bye-bye.